Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Just a reminder before I start that to like and subscribe and to also hit my links, which are in the description for the show and also for the episode that I'm recording. Today the book is called Learn by Heart by Emma Donoghue. It's her newest one. It was published in 2003. No, not 2003. I'm in 2023. So it's only about a year and a half old. It's a really good book. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. You might know her as the author of Room. She also wrote the book Frog Music, if you've read it. She also wrote the book The Wonder. She has quite an extensive backlist, so if you read this book and enjoy it, I would highly recommend it. If you've enjoyed Room, I would also highly recommend it. She's a very good author. One thing I do like about her is she tends to keep the scene in one space. So, for her 2020 book, which came out about 5 years ago, ironically came out just as the pandemic was hitting, or came out in late 2019. I can't really remember the deal with that. Is about the 1918 through 1920 flu pandemic, and that one takes place in Ireland just after the end of the war and of World War One. I mean, not the war, but I think most of you catch my drift. Anyways, really good book. I'll read you the description of the book. Drawing on years of investigation and Anne Lister's 5 million word secret journal, Learn by Heart is the long buried love story of Eliza Raine, an orphan heiress banished from India to England at age 6, and Anne Lister, a brilliant, troublesome tomboy who meet at the Manor School for Young Ladies in York in 1805 when they are both 14. Yes, it is about a gay love story. So if you're not into gay love stories, you probably don't want to read it. But it's an innocuous title that you can probably get away with it. I really quite enjoyed it. I didn't really notice any sex scenes, but apparently there were. And it probably is one of her best books that I've read. I read this for a book club, a library book club, and just really, really, really enjoyed it. If you must know, the author is gay herself. Didn't know that. Had to do a little research and figured that out. But it's really well written. It's a really excellent story. I had never known. I kind of heard about Gentleman Jack in passing, which was Anne Lister's pseudonym of some sort. She went by that, and they really did a lot of investigation into her work because she wrote primarily in code a lot of the time. I really highly recommend it. I mean, it's like, when you have those books that you really, really like, you can't really describe it as to why you like it. This is one of those. I think it was also that, I think primarily what I really liked about the book is that it ran fast in terms of the story. It went really by really quickly because there were sections that you had Eliza writing letters, and then you had the sections were really short, relatively short. I mean, the parts, like the main part of the story was probably about 30 pages at most. Maybe, I can't remember. It was 30 pages almost. I can't remember now. I've read quite a bit since then, so I can't tell you. But I really did like the book. I think it was primarily because the book was well written. Story was well developed. She's a very good writer herself. She has plenty of a backlist that, you know, if I'm reading a new writer, it sometimes is a bit of a drag, unfortunately. And she does not write that way. She writes very quick, I think. She knows how to get her audience into the story. I highly recommend the book, especially if you're into historical fiction and if you're trying to find something different. I would highly recommend this book. It's a bit different than what Emma Donoghue has usually written, which are usually, I think, straight cisgendered characters. They're cisgendered characters, but they're not straight. They're gay. So, anyways, highly recommend this book. It's her newest one that's out. I don't know if she has any. Haven't heard she has anything newer. But I highly, highly recommend this book. If you've read her other books, you do know that she likes to tend to keep her stories in basically one space. This time she kind of goes out a little bit more into the community, but not as much as some authors do. Highly recommend it. The book is Learned by Heart by Emma Donoghue, and if you want a copy, you can get one through my bookshop.org site and hopefully support me a bit. Anyways, have a good rest of the weekend, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.